Hello everyone, my name's Graham. Welcome to the channel of Living with Cancer. I'm going to take you through a journey which I went and are continuing to go on in relation to a diagnosis of stage 3 cancer in the prostate. It's an aggressive cancer and it's something you can describe as a journey. My journey began in 2022, August last year, and it was a familiar story of feeling down, feeling run down, having backaches, catching colds, little things like which would become an annoyance for you, going to the toilet several times in an hour. And in my case, it was, I'm getting old, or I'm feeling just having a bad week or a bad month, or I need a holiday. I would have never have thought I would be going through the early stages or the late stages of an aggressive cancer in the prostate. So what I want to do is start by going back probably 6 months before the diagnosis and tell you a little bit about what happened, how I actually came to that point of just realizing I had to do something about my health. So if we go back to probably September 2021, bear in mind we were going through several difficulties, whether it's COVID, whether it's the cost of living crisis. COVID had a lot of impact on a lot of people, and you combine that with personal issues people had with their health. It was really quite a distressing time for a lot of people, not just me or my family. So what happened is the continuation of me being run down, feeling down, having backaches, having colds, progressing into flu, having no energy, feeling pretty much rubbish, going to the toilet, but also fitting in your day all these health problems and thinking, what shall I do? I'll take medication, I'll take this, I'll take that, and things don't get better. So I ended up making an appointment with my GP. Now, throughout my life, I've been really quite active, mentally active and physically active. Not really bothered with, aches and strains and things like that. I've just got over them and moved on. Not going to the doctor and not asking for, assistance. But it comes to a point in your life where, you have to start checking certain things in your body, and one of those being your prostate. So I made an appointment with the doctor, and she was a lovely lady, she really was. And she said, Graham, have you had your MOT? Meaning my body MOT. And I said, no. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to send you off and have your bloods done. Now, I had an indication because she said, look, we're going to do your prostate, we're going to do your kidneys, we're going to do your all the other things that are quite important to your well-being. And had those done, and I remember distinctly after about a week, I had this phone call, came through, and in the back of my mind, I knew something was not going to be right. And sure enough, she said to me, Graham, you've got a high level of PSA. That means, there is detection of cancer in your blood cells. And she said, it's abnormally high. So what we're going to have to do, and I remember this, she said, we're going to go on a journey. And that meant she was going to refer me to the hospital. So what I'm going to do is these video diaries I'm going to record. It's very much about the emotions from when I was diagnosed, going through up to present day and beyond. And there's a lot of emotions that go through as you go through these stages of being tested. And if you catch prostate cancer early, you know, it's still the same journey, but you have to go through the emotions of it all. Now, mine was an aggressive cancer, and I don't want to tell you too much at this moment in time, but there are a whole host of psychological issues you go through. You go through periods of loneliness, dark periods, jubilation. You know, you go through highs and lows that you can't really imagine. And that's all because when you get that stamp of you've got cancer and this is how we're going to treat it and this is what you got to deal with, it's an awful lot for a person to go through. And I don't think there's many men out there who have openly discussed how they feel, what they went through. And I want to share this because you're going to see when I talk about these things, you're going to see that it is a lonely place. It is a place that changes you. Cancer changes you. It changes the prostate cancer, it changes you physically and mentally. You know, I'll give you a quick insight. You grow breasts. You get fat. You're not the person you were 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. It's something that is put on you, and the demands of it can wear you down, and it does wear you down because it's so intrusive. It changes you, and I'm going to tell you things that, you know, impacts your family. And it's not all bad. There's very good things. The support is there if you need it. And I won't, you know, beat about the bush. The NHS were fantastic with me. They made my life, and they fast-tracked the whole process really quickly. But you have to deal with the things behind the scenes, the things of going home, still carrying on with your life. Or you just curl up on the sofa and watch movies, Netflix. I didn't do that. I sincerely looked for something as a distraction. And the distraction was I had to carry on my daily life. I became a stay-at-home dad. I started cooking for the family. I made sure, you know, I took over the day-to-day running of the house, took the boys to school, breakfast, lunch, dinner. And you're going to see on this channel, there's going to be me cooking in the evening for the family. Now, it's not a cooking show. It won't be a cooking show. It will be good ingredients, cooking for the family with a bit of a twist. Lots of fun doing it, and hopefully that will be an easy version of how to cook a meal. It will be no more than 20 minutes. It will cost no more than £7, and it will be hopefully something that you might use. You know, let's go back to cancer and make it plain here. I'm not giving advice. I'm not going to give solutions. All I'll do is tell you the story through a diary, one episode a week, of how I went through cancer and still are going through cancer. No bones about it. I'm still having issues to this day. The other episode will be about the cooking and how that's going to help me and my family cope with the condition I'm going through. So I hope this introduction is okay. If you feel this is going to benefit you, and it is my story, give me a thumbs up and subscribe and tell people about it, because I want to share the story. I'm going to be very open, I'm going to be very honest, and if it benefits somebody out there, if you know somebody's going through this, it could be a brother, a father, an uncle, or you're just generally interested of how a person deals with these things, you're welcome to view the channel at any time. Thank you, and see you soon.